Go and find your why. Why are you doing what you are doing? Make sure that the business that you're in and the business you're building is helping you achieve the ultimate goal. If you're a residential real estate agent earning $200,000 a year and you want to grow your passive income, this show's for you. Learn the secrets other agents use and hear from experts in our field in order to guide you along your journey to investing in assets like apartment communities so that you can turn your commissions into cash flow. I'm Randal McLeod. Let's go, baby. All right. Welcome back to Agents Above Cash Flow. I'm Randal McLeod, hosting the show in the Bat Cave. I am in Indiana on vacation, playing a lot of golf, and I am sitting now in the basement. So I have this floating head thing going on. If you're watching on YouTube, you know what I'm talking about. Thanks for jumping on the show today. I had a couple of great interviews today, and I just want to talk about them briefly and cover some of the main points that came up. So one of the guys I interviewed is the co-founder of what is now the largest multifamily brokerage largest privately held multifamily brokerage investment sales company in the United States. And so we'll drop who that is. And it's a special episode that we're coming out with on our 100th episode. And just talking to somebody like that, he's under 40 years old, started that company, and now he's doing another company, which is ground up development, Class A multifamily. They launched it in 2019. And he's having a ton of success there. I think they have over $1 billion worth of real estate in the pipeline or in the ground, ready to go vertical. So a ton of knowledge and just very humble guy for how much success he's had. So it was great to have him on the show and just talk to him. And one of the things that I got out of that is really talking about his why. And so immediately after that, I was interviewing another guy. He's a business coach and he helps CPAs set up companies. And really structure their companies properly. So it's applicable to us because we're trying to grow our companies. And so anyway, I want to have him on the show just to add some different perspectives. But again, what I got out of both of those conversations is that when he's having conversations with business owners, he's really trying to get to their why, right? And the same thing with the broker that I spoke with. He's trying to get to his why. Like, why is he getting this? His real estate investment is a means to the end of his philanthropic endeavors. And so it really makes me sit and ponder and think, what is my why? We all sit around, and if you haven't, you should sit down and really understand your why. I remember multiple times when we were running the single family investment business, I would sit and ask my wife, like, why are we doing this? What is the purpose of this? We're just going to be churning properties until the end of time if we don't create some other system of cash flow and producing opportunities. And so if you haven't sat down and figured out your why, there's a great book by Simon Sinek that discusses this, and it's called Starting with Why. And so really the whole idea is don't sit and create an entire company and then figure out later why you're doing it. If you start with the end in mind, it makes those dark nights and those difficult times more bearable because you have a reason that you are doing it, and it's not just for the money. So again, for all of us that are growing our businesses, we're looking for ways to increase our cash flow. Ultimately, there is a reason that you are doing all of this. We're proud to be sponsored by Ridgeline Investment Group. Ridgeline has a track record of transacting more than $53 million in assets throughout Texas. Ridgeline is currently looking to acquire 100 to 200 unit Class B multifamily communities between 5 and 20 million in San Antonio, Temple, Waco, Tyler, and other Texas secondary markets. To learn more about Ridgeline Investment Group, visit www.ridgelineig.com. I grew up in a poor house, not a poor house, but we weren't wealthy, right, by any stretch of the imagination. My parents worked full-time all the time. My dad was always trying to start businesses and companies and that sort of thing in order to earn extra money. They told me a story the other day when we moved to Houston from Florida, how they were literally out of money, completely broke, and they had 3 kids. And I could not even believe the story that they told us. They didn't have money to feed us that night because they just moved with really no plan. I think my dad had gotten a job at a church or something. And so when they were at church that night, somebody heard the story or somehow it came up and they gave my parents like $10. And my mom broke down crying. She was like, we literally didn't have anything to feed our kids. We didn't even have milk or bread or anything. And me hearing that story, never having heard that before, just recently, I was like, holy hell, I did not know that was the extent of it when we were growing up. So they worked really hard to provide for us what they did. And so, yeah, I always have that in the back of my mind. That's where I came from. And that's the story, right? And so I don't want my kids to ever feel that, experience that, or have anything like that. And I want to create a legacy and create a long-term wealth generating machine that hopefully outlives me, and future generations in my family get to experience that. And so, yeah, go and find your why. Why are you doing what you are doing? And make sure that the business that you're in and the business you're building is helping you achieve the ultimate goal. Again, thinking about the philanthropic endeavors of my 100th episode guest who's coming up, and seeing that he gets tremendous joy out of building schools in Central and South America. It really makes you sit down and ponder, what are you working so hard for? And if you're just squirreling away, you're buying a bigger house, you're buying a nicer car, and that's the whole reason that you're doing it, that's fine. Everybody has their own thing. But I would say that over time, you may feel empty inside if you don't actually go and do something that fulfills you more than just a paycheck. So that's it. It's really more investing and philosophical, like high level conversation this week, just because I had those 2 interviews and they were really good. I will talk, I guess, a bit about what we're seeing in the market. I've seen a number of deals coming out, and this will be in my newsletter that's coming out soon, but there are more deals coming to market. We are still seeing a 20 to 30% delta between our bid price compared to the ask. And I've put a feeler out to a bunch of other operators who are buying properties to see if they are seeing a similar delta in what they're offering compared to what it's trading. But the promising thing is that there are more deals that are coming to market, a lot more activity that I've seen on the broker offering front. So we should have something coming out. So yeah, that's what we're seeing in the market. If you are interested in learning about some of the opportunities that we have that are coming up, you can go to www.ridgelineig.com and you can see those as they become available. Again, we are focused on the multifamily asset class in the Texas market, and we have a number of opportunities that are coming up in the near future. So don't miss out on those. And if you have any questions, you want to reach out to me directly, it is rm@ridgelineig.com, and I will catch you guys on the next episode. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Surprisingly, most of the agents we speak with got into real estate hoping to gain passive income and become work optional. However, only 1 in 5 ever start investing. Most are simply too afraid to start. Once you get educated by listening to this show, you'll be able to overcome that fear and become the 1 in 5 who are finding financial freedom. Don't miss a single episode. If you want to stay up to date, the best way is to make sure you're subscribed. So if you haven't done that, go ahead and do it now. And we'll catch you on the next episode.